Hello everyone, welcome back to more Hearts of Iron 4, the Soviet struggle. Italy announces claim on Yugoslavian territory. They're upsetting the balance. This will go terribly wrong. Zog might submit to Italy. Let's turn off that day-night cycle. It's a cool detail, but it's pretty annoying. At least it gets pretty annoying at times. We have about 37 army experience, which we can use to add things like military police. But we don't really need them, so that's fine. As it stands, we are still divided, wondering what the hell we're gonna do now. We've got a bunch of armies. It's just waiting, like, we're still researching technology. We've nearly got the LBSH. Close air support. We're working on the A-32, then we'll get to the T-34. We nearly have towed anti-tank, so we can start producing that at some point, which will be wonderful. We need to start building some factories at some point. And we can always take some away from sport equipment if we want to. We've got a decent, like, stack of it right now. We are building up spare weapons 1, which is good. Means we can start exercising these people for some army experience. Also exercise the mountaineers, tank armies, just exercise everything. There we go, they're all green and like trained, so let's get some bonuses up in there. Modify government. Yes, please. Now, Officers Purge gives us minus 35% organization. It will be removed on the 18th of September, 1940. The Trotskyist plot might be purged. Fears of betrayal remain. Yeah, we're gonna fight a civil war at some point. That'll be fun. Alright, we do have Zhukov now, which is excellent. Ace generation chance. No, what I think we'll do is we might go for an aircraft designer. Get more agility and speed on our fighters. Although, we could also go for... don't we have anyone for close air support? Interesting. Oh, that's the thing we need. Let's get ourselves some extra armor and heart attack on our tanks. That's too far ahead of time, that's fine. Let's see, I'm just taking a look here. There's not the PO2 here, which is what the famous Night Witches flew. We can get a Peshka PE2, PE3, TU2. Air Doctrine, however, under 84 days. You know what, let's go do that. It's definitely beneficial to have in the long run. No divisions in basic training. We'll add like 4 and we'll do like 3. We'll deploy you guys in Kiev. You can attach to the regular front, which will split up at some point, but for now it's just useful to have them all in there and be like training. Everyone at once. They're all trained now. We've got some tanks in there that are regular. Excellent. We've got a couple of MP divisions. I mean, we might as well keep them for now. They don't hurt anyone. It's just waiting for the Civil War to kick off and... I don't know, maybe split Poland between us and the Germans? I mean, they seem like decent people. They're only gonna Anschluss Austria. I am not playing the German Reich. You're drunk, game. It's showing me as controlling Germany, that's weird. That is not how it works, comrade. Oh yeah, I definitely want maintenance companies. We'll attach those to our tank divisions. Because we're fighting in bloody Russia, we're gonna have a lot of attrition, so... Getting our maintenance companies up to snuff will be great. We have finished some military factories, and I do believe we just finished a anti-tank research. So we'll start producing that. We'll drag it up to the things. Yes, we'll drag it up to the things. Excellent. There you go. We'll start producing like 2 for now. No template. Yeah, that's fine. We'll get it in there at some point. It's fine. Army training is going pretty well. We're getting like 0.09 or 0.14 experience per day. Yeah, that's pretty good. We can use that to build like better tanks at some point. Customize our divisions further. That's never a bad idea. And now we do have the weapons, which is very helpful. We're actually losing slowly. At least I think so. Because we're exercising our entire army, which is a bloody lot. As you might well be able to imagine. Thankfully we're still producing a ton. We are training our new divisions as well. There's no real need to like deploy them early, although I want to do it just for fun. It's the Soviet way. Welcome, troops, to your new front line. You'll be green as hell, but you'll be exercising. After all, we all need more army experience in our life. That's all ahead of time. We don't need like oil refineries. We need the computing machine for better research time. The Anschluss of Austria, if that is what they wish. And we have rehabilitated our military, which gives us reinforce rate plus 2%, so it's more likely for our divisions to join a battle. Division recovery rate is also up, which is great. Research bonus for land doctrine, hell yeah. Recruit manpower is down a little bit, but we're still above 6 million, so it's not like we're gonna care at any point. And if we just keep beefing up the line, there's no way the Germans will be able to push us back as far. We're also gonna declare the Winter War at some point. Against Finland over here. Let's take a look. How do we get to there? I don't... Claims in Baltic, Lithuania, etc. So we want to go down here at some point. We can demand Eastern Poland. Baltic security. Operation Z helps Japan. I'm not sure if there is like a specific one for the Winter War. Free military factories. Let's get some more anti-tank up and going. And then some towed artillery. But yeah, we're definitely going to be looking towards the Winter War against the Finnish people. That'll be a lot of positivity for us. Historically, it started in the 30th of November 1939, so we still have a year. We'll get ourselves a signal company. We'll attach them as well. They give extra reinforce rate. No, not reinforce rate, initiative. But they're still pretty good. You know, definitely worth having. Baltic fleet here is still rubbish. At least the Navy is like, yeah, we're getting some submarines now. Everything's fine. We're still not making any convoys, which worries me a little. We'll have these done in like... maybe the end of this year, and then this should also finish at some point. But I don't think we'll get to the convoys before we finish all the submarines. We might just cancel a couple of them, but yeah, we'll tone it down. There we go. We don't need that much, that many submarines. At the same time, you're working on civilian factories. Yeah, we can use a couple more. I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, after all, more civilian factories helps us get more civilian factories. They take until April. That's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. We are pretty quick at this. Rightfully so, because we are the Soviet mighty army. I want to study the focus rate just a bit more. We need all of that. Gives us conversion cost down. Research for air doctrine, that's going to be useful. Improve the rail network, adds infrastructure. This will help us get the the purge penalty gone. We've got the A32, excellent. No ahead of time reduction for the T-34, although once we get into the Winter War, we'll start learning lessons from that, and that should help us get it. Field Hospital, it's tempting, but at this point, let's start improving our weapons. There we go. That also seems like a pretty good idea, all things considered. Manpower is still awesome. Deploy everyone. There we go. Beef up the front, comrade. The fall of Nanjing. So China is is losing territory against Japan ever so slowly. They're doing a good job holding. If they can just attrition Japan down, we should be able to march in from the north and sweep up a lot of land, which will in turn be very useful for us. We could actually consider a war with Turkey, because Turkey might be used to open up a new front. As it stands, we'll focus on Finland for now. We'll just have to justify against them. German Joint Air Research. As stipulated by the treaty with Germany, some of their special research projects share discoveries with our engineers. A recent breakthrough in radar technology has come to our attention, opening up unexpected opportunities to advance our research in the field. Gains national spare German air innovations, which grants battlefield support doctrine -10%, jet technology time -10%, 1 times 50% for the for something. I don't remember. I'm terrible. Let's get bonus for the air doctrine. There we go. It looks like we'll just declare a regular war on Finland then. No, I want your front to be like pretty thin. Not like that. There we go. You'll make an offensive line over here. These guys, these 4 divisions, they're not training. Talented new officers! Our new officers are proving up to the task and are adapting to their new roles in the military high command. With a loyal officer corps in charge of our military, Joseph Stalin Spurge seems to have some of the effect we hoped for. The Red Army is regaining its power and will soon be stronger than ever. It's now down to -30% organization and +6% research. So it's still not helping, but hey, it's getting better. Xian King, are you actually gonna... Yeah, you are comments. You should join the comment turn. So that means we can divert the troops over here to the Finnish front. There we go. And these troops will assign to it. And they'll immediately start exercising. I will now attach these to the Finnish front. There we go, that'll give them 12 extra units. We'll just push into Finland like, hey, we're just going to be sweeping in here. And then once we've taken care of Finland, we'll have a token border force over here. And we'll send the rest to the Baltics. It'll be lovely. We'll eat Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Memel to annoy the Germans. Our army exercise is getting there. Looking pretty good. Actually, I want to start a production line for medium tanks. And we did get the benefit from our new tank researcher, which is great. So that means this has a little bit more armor. And a little bit more heart attack, I think. Unfortunately, we can't see any of the stats here. We can only see them when we do this. We can only see them if we go all the way over here, for example. Click for details. Yep, 3 extra armor and a little bit extra heart attack, so that's good. Better taking out tanks, etc. We can modify the government again. We'll probably go for the MIG Design Bureau. This was minus air research time, which is pretty nice. It'll allow us to get better fighters quicker, etc. We're going to research something else in this slot. We'll probably use this slot to next research an air doctrine with like 50% off, which will be lovely. We need to really get our production up and going though. There we go. Get a bunch of military factories up next. It's time to start mobilizing the bear. We'll probably declare a war on Finland in spring of 1939, so we don't have the bloody winter penalty. I'm not that stupid. Christ. Who do you think I am? The Russians? No. That would be silly. Anti-tank production is slowly getting underway, which is good. We still need 85 towed artillery. That's going to take a week or so. We're producing only about 15 units of these per week. Which is pretty weak. Ho ho. We'll sign all these. We'll get all of you. We should have 400. There we go. We'll start assigning people to, like, the Finnish front. We'll set a limit here of 200. There we go. We have some tactical bombers. So I will take these DB3s. I will reorganize. That might not have been the best idea. We'll move them to Leningrad. Dive bombing has been researched. Excellent. Don't have the ahead of time, but it's still only 160 days, so we're getting there. Thankfully. It's 1.5 years ahead of time. I like how the, Aww. We could potentially kamikaze them, but I don't want to. That's silly and a waste of, planes. Yeah, well, we might as well do it. On Zhukov, all you need to do is take Helsinki. That's all we need. Deploy these rats to the front. We don't, we will get Voroshilov. These guys are nearly up to speed. Excellent. Transporter flights just happened. Improve the rail work netway. Actually, I think it might not be a bad idea to go for armament effort. Yeah, we'll do that first. It's only 70 days. Disband you guys because we're going to send you over to Leningrad. We'll have 200 here. We'll have like 300 fighters over here. There we go. Everyone is attached to Finland. So we've got a not unreasonable air force, I suppose. We just don't have the range to reach any of it. Well, that's fine. I don't know we're here yet. Probably for the best. You take an attrition there. Must be from training. We're not producing any tactical bombers. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get things up to snuff here. Where is it, actually? Fine, we'll build a couple. All we need is our military factories to get up to snuff first. I mean, we'll have like 4 stacks of complete civilian factories able to build us things, which is not bad. We might even go for some radar over Poland. Who knows? Seems we might be fighting some Germans over there at some point in the far future. Who knows, right? It's just pure speculation at this point. Just guessing. Back to the front, boys. We're actually short on a lot of towed artillery now because of that. Just wait until we start assigning people anti-tank units. Improved infantry equipment. Hello. Air Doctrine, 60 days. Yes. We need more factories. Come on. There we go. We have 4 full stacks building civilian factories. We might... No, actually, I'm probably not going to convert any. Despite probably getting like a very cheap discount for that. That would be pretty silly. September, so it's going to take roughly a month. These actually take double the cost, so that should be good. We'll be able to rush these quickly. Which is nice, because we don't have a lot of them. You are helping building them, that's good. I mean, the Finnish front looks like it has some decent troops now. Let's be honest, we'll add more troops. We'll just deploy them, we'll have them start exercising. This is how you beef up the Russian comrades. Radar detection. That's way ahead of time. This is all still ahead of time. Tempted to rush a Stormovik. That would be quite ahead of time. Let's start working on our doctrine finally. That's a good idea, it's about time. Because we're about to go to war, etc. Finnish front, thankfully, despite knowing that this is not going to be a front line, didn't assign anything to it. They knew. Still ahead of time on all of that, so what we'll do is we'll research support weapons. That'll be useful in the coming wars. There we go. It's slowly starting to look like something, right? Sure, we'll go with that. 210 days. Start it! We'll have a summer war with the Finnish. That'll work better. Right? I'm sure. Now we may want to start building some forts along the rivers here. But again, I'm waiting until later. It's fine. Okay, just a lot happened right there. The Munich Agreement. No war this year. France and Britain are allying. Japanese build-up. We cannot afford a war with Japan, or we can push back hard. Tensions along the Manchurian border have been tense for some time, and now we are receiving reports from our Mongolian comrades that the Japanese are massing forces in a certain place. Backing down may be seen as a sign of weakness, but if we respond with force, the situation could escalate. What are your orders, Tovarish Commander? We'll push back. Hard. Successful raid! Amur manpower minus 30k, but we'll get some army experience. Talented new officers, and just our manpower went up, so that's great. Technology to research. Encryption and decryption. 7 days for direct ground support, sweet. Set a focus. Aviation cult. We're gonna get ourselves an ahead of time penalty reduction for that. We need Britain, we need more rubber. That's like the only thing we need. The rest are producing to high hell, which is pretty good. Dr. Vardage, get men to the front. Direct ground support. Air superiority mission efficiency. Yeah, that's pretty useful. Also pretty good, but it's still somewhat ahead of time, so I'd rather not. Not yet. We're still working on that. Still ahead of time. Still being worked on. Don't really need anything here then. I think a lot of what we can do is just ahead of time now, ever so slightly. We'll research an upgrade for our anti-tank. There we go. It's only 100 days. And we do have a lot of army experience. Yeah, we lost a little bit of manpower here, that explains it. This border is very weakly manned. But then they don't have any troops at all, so... You know, it's working. Division designer. Give me the light tank division. We'll overhaul these guys like hell. This is where we saved up for. Duplicate. Armor division, medium tanks. Now we're gonna have a bit of combat with, but that's fine. There we go, comrade. Deploy in Leningrad. Join tank army. Yeah, commandeer. That will be lovely. We are now in a huge shortage of medium tanks. Unsurprisingly. We're in a shortage of everything, to be fair. Joseph Stalin questions Finnish sovereignty. We must rally behind this cause. These guys have no medium tanks. Whoops. We've dropped below 6 million manpower. The world is falling into pieces. Give me some more civilian factories while we work on more military factories. Wake the bear, comrades! Wake the bear! Also, radar might be a good idea at some point. So yeah, things are happening. We're about to declare war on the Finnish. It's gonna take until the end of March. So that's actually roughly the time period that I planned for. That's great. We'll be able to go to war before they take Danzig, or war. And like, Germany smashes France and Poland. And then we should get the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, which is like, hey, we like you. Please don't kill us. And we'll be like, you know what, we'll go along with it for now. Nikolai Vatutin, yeah. You'll hold there, that's fine. The Finnish like, oh boy, something might be about to go down. Best protect the borders, comrades. Beef up the front. Very nice. Free military factories, excellent. More tanks. Finally producing some DB3s. We have no templates for towed anti-tank. So we'll go over to our infantry divisions. Pocket defense, excellent. Get me support anti-tank. And a signal company. That just drained like 1 million support equipment. Max entrenchment up, excellent. That will be very useful for helping us in the long run. There we go. Things are going. World tension is at 32%. Germany demanded the Sudetenland. They got it, of course. What are you working on next? First Vienna Award. Oh dear. Reassert Eastern claims, so they're going for Memel. We have the aviation cult. We'll go for air at some point. For now, I'll improve our infrastructure. Add more divisions to that army. We'll beef them up and then we'll send them to the main front. We'll need a ton more divisions anyway. Now, obviously, we'll have our medium tank divisions deploy. Zhukov, you have a ton more units. Quickly, train them in the field. It's gonna take him, like 70 days. It's gonna take him 2 months, roughly, to get to trained. That's pretty good, actually. I'm not complaining about that at all. You guys did get maintenance, right? Yeah, good. We have a giant deficit for support equipment. Shocking, truly. We're still ahead of time. Let's get decryption. We need to know what the Germans are planning. And the Polish, for that matter. Free military factories. Now this is what I want to see. We're getting things done, comrades. 6 days and we'll start researching concentrated industry number 3 because we need more factory output. Oh, wake the bear. Nearly there, come on game. Come on. The survivor's coup. Oh dear. Andrei Vlasov stops being a general. The non-aligned supporters start a civil war. They have no popularity at all. The foundation of the Fourth International has reawakened Stalin's fear of traitors in the party and military command. Having seen the trials and executions in the Great Purge, many suspect another one is incoming. With so many gone, there are only a few under suspicion who managed to avoid execution. Having been brutally interrogated and in some cases imprisoned, they know very well they will be the first victims of another purge. In an act of desperation, these generals have decided to attempt to overthrow Stalin's regime before this happens. Although unlikely to succeed in the attempt, some survivors of the Great Purge have managed to seize control of some areas in the Union. The reign of the General Secretary has at the very least been destabilized. Wow. Soviet Union has called Tanutova in her ally in the Soviet Civil War and Mongolia. Officers revolt in the Soviet Union. Parts of the Soviet High Command have risen in revolt against the leadership of Joseph Stalin. It is unclear exactly what caused this uprising, but it doesn't seem to be a particularly well-planned effort to seize power. The Soviet political situation may not be as they project to be to the outside world. For the Soviet Union! Oh crap, we lost a ton of divisions. This is bad, god damn it. Stop exercising everyone. Oh my god. See how we got fucked over by that? They just took away a ton of our divisions. A ton of our manpower is gone. These guys are stuck behind enemy lines. The capital is Stalingrad, I disapprove. We're gonna have to sort this mess out, but that's gonna be next episode. If you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like down below. Leave a comment if you have anything to say. And until next time, don't get purged. Have a good one, folks.